A number of developments on the tariff front, and one major one is China now vowing to fight to the end, warning retaliation after President Trump threatened the country with an additional 50% tariff. President Trump says if China doesn't withdraw its retaliatory 34% tariffs on U.S. goods by today, he'd add another 50% onto the original 34% that he imposed on Chinese goods a week ago. Trump's reciprocal tariffs set to take effect tomorrow. China's countermeasures are slated for Thursday. At the same time, small businesses are taking a pretty big hit here. The owner of a convertible heels business going viral on TikTok with a skit featuring her as the government and also as herself.
Well, what if I change your import rate from 10% to 99%?
We still wouldn't have U.S. manufacturers here.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do it right now.
Why?
Look, I don't think we should be so reliant on China. So if you're going to insist on manufacturing in China, I'm going to charge you 99%.
Okay, to be clear, I'm not insisting on manufacturing in China. That it's just the only place I could manufacture.
So not the USA?
No, not right now. I mean, if you want to like invest in making some manufacturing facilities, it would probably take a couple years and several $1 million. But if you want to do that, I mean, we could talk about it when those are ready.
No, I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it right now.
All right, just a glimpse into how one small business owner is feeling about all this. And she is with us now, Haley Pavone, founder and CEO at Pashion Footwear. Thank you. I think that was a very good explanation of how you as a small business owner and many others are feeling right now, emotionally and financially impacted by the tariff talks. Tell us first, Haley, about Pashion Footwear, your business and your mission.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for having me, Marnie. I'm really excited to be getting the word out there about what's going on to small businesses right now. To give some context on Pashion, we have invented fully convertible high heel technology. To give the quick demo, what this means is that our product is a high heel that actually turns into a comfortable flat and also lets you swap out your heel shape, height, and style to create various custom looks. Obviously, I think it's fair to say this is the most complicated shoe on the market, and as such requires very specialty manufacturing that currently is only available at scale in China at any kind of accessible price point.
Wow. Thank you for the demonstration. Love it. So to make parts of your product in China, how reliant are you on each and every component of your shoe in China? And how does that price compare if you start shopping around to manufacture in the U.S.?
Sure. So we are at this point, I would say 100% reliant on China because, again, we require full scale injection molding. So to your point about price shopping in the US, there's nowhere to even price shop. There are no large footwear manufacturing facilities in this country currently. And in order to develop them, it would take, 3 to 5 years and probably north of $40 million for one facility. So there is no short-term path to even being able to price shop here. There's the potential of being able to move to other countries. However, those countries are going to have their own trade issues. For instance, footwear minimums in China, because of the sophistication of the supply chain and the scale, are only 200 pairs per style, which is a great opening point for smaller brands like mine. If we were to move to Vietnam, which probably has the most competitive landscape for footwear manufacturing, that minimum jumps up to 3,000 pairs because they're still having to import all of the materials from China, since China also has the most sophisticated materials supply chain, and that only makes sense for them in bulk. So small businesses are really confused right now what we're supposed to do, as there really aren't other great options when you weigh all the factors here.
Yeah, thank you for that explanation. So how much more, Haley, are you paying for the same shoe to be made in China now with the tariffs tacked onto it? And is that something that you'll have to pass on to your consumer, to those buying your shoes?
Sure. So it's a very interesting question. To the earlier point, there's now talks of there being additional 50% tariffs placed. So frankly, as of right now, I don't even know. What I can tell you, and something I'd actually love to clarify for the people watching, there seems to be a lot of confusion that these tariffs are a flat rate. When you hear the 34% imposed on China already, people assume that is the import rate. That's incorrect. These tariffs are being added on top of previous rounds of tariffs, as well as on top of the base duty rate. So at least at Pashion, I can can obviously only speak to my own example. My new minimum import rate for some of my products is 64%. And for my textile line of shoes, we will see that go up to 99%. So with this new 50% concept, I guess some of my shoes will come in at 149%. I don't really know. I mean, there's no way to not pass that on to the consumer. There just isn't.
How big is your business and can you survive this?
Sure. We're, I would say, an upper end of a small sized footwear company, but rapidly growing. We grew 85% top line last year, and luckily we are a profitable business. We achieved about 9 million in gross revenue and 19% EBITDA, which is about double the industry average. Thanks to our customization business, we have unique margins. That being said, we do have some ability to handle the tariffs. But of course, having your profit gutted overnight is not great, especially for small businesses that don't have massive bank accounts, particularly ones like mine that aren't raising massive amounts of venture capital. We're really just focused on trying to run a profitable business and reinvesting every dollar into our aggressive growth. Not being able to have that extra working capital is going to be a problem. It's very nerve-wracking for myself and my entire team of 12 U.S. employees.
Yeah, well, you're a smart businesswoman and entrepreneur, but I would imagine the emotional toll that this takes is a hard one to weather as well. Haley Pavone, it's Pashion Footwear. You've got a cool product. Thanks for sharing it with us, and please come back as the tariff talks continue.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Good to chat with you. All right, we've got a live